Hello YouTube and welcome to Full Dottle, a channel dedicated to tamping topics such as pipes, tobacco, lore, and more. I am your host, the Bearded Briarman, and without further ado, let's get lit. Welcome back everyone, and on this episode of Full Dottle, I'm going to be telling you about the first and last time I ever rode a motorcycle. This is basically an answer to the Victorian piper Sean. He was talking to me about riding a motorcycle and comparing the danger factor of riding a bull, and it reminded me of this story, so I told him I would tell it, and I'm going to do so. First, a little housekeeping. I am smoking my Missouri Meerschaum Country Gentleman with the Forever Stem, and in it I've got some Haunted Bookshop. So growing up, we always had four-wheelers. There was one point before we got four-wheelers that we actually had a three-wheeler. Those things are death traps. I remember we were on a ride once way out in Witter, and I hit a bump because they had these huge balloon tires, and I hit a bump with my left rear tire and it flipped me forward over because there's only one wheel in the front. It makes them very easy to wobble on the front end there. Anyway, I had a buddy. I'm sorry if you can hear this air conditioner, it just kicked on, keeping my house cool. I had a buddy though that had a moped, and they had altered this thing somehow. I'm not a mechanic, but they altered this thing somehow to where it would go super fast, and we tore that thing to pieces, jumping and all sorts of stuff. And one day I rode it and I had no idea about anything to do with braking, but I was going down a hill on it, and I started to get out of control. And you know you're getting out of control when your feet come out and you start doing this number. That's when you know you're about to crash. Well, I reached up and I grabbed the brake, and I don't know if it was the front or the right or the left, but I do know when I grabbed the brake, it was only the front brake that I grabbed, and that sucker went whoop, and I went off the front of it and landed just feet from a tree that I was about to hit. Anyway, that's just the lead up to the story. That's all the experience I had had on a two-wheeled vehicle at that time. My cousin got a little Honda motorcycle, and it looked like a normal motorcycle. I don't know what the word is for it, a cruiser or whatever. It looked like a normal motorcycle. It was just small, and he lived out on the dirt road, and so I got on it and I would ride it around on the dirt road a little bit, and I'm talking just putting around, no speed whatsoever, just basically going fast enough to keep this thing upright. I started building a little speed and I got confident on it. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna take it on the highway, I'm ready for it. So I took this motorcycle out on the highway. The dirt road that he lived on came off onto a major highway. Speed limit 55 miles an hour. It wasn't like an interstate or anything like that, but 55 mile an hour speed limit on this road. The road continued on, and the road had a curve to it, and then a side road came off of it going straight. So the road that he lived on, or the highway that his dirt road connected to, went like this, and then there was a side road that went straight. This road, even though it continued, became another road. It was Highway 45, and the highway that I was on, Highway 412, curved around like this and continued in another direction. So the road went like this, split like that, okay? So I get on the motorcycle. I ride it to the end of the dirt road. I hop on the highway. I look around, nobody's coming, so I get out on the highway and I open it up. I mean, I wrap that thing up. I get it up to about 70 miles per hour pretty quickly, and I think, man, this is amazing. I was kind of a junkie for speed back then. Now, I drove souped up pickup trucks and stuff like that. I never drove any motorcycles or anything like that small with speed. So I get on it and I open it up to about 70 miles an hour, and I mean, I'm just flying down the highway, loving every second of it, until I see that curve come up. And when I see that curve, a million things went through my mind, but the most prominent was I have no idea how to go around a curve. So as I approached the curve, I just went straight down the other road. I went to the next, there was I think it's an ATV shop now, but it used to be an old general store. I just went into the parking lot, I turned the bike around, and then I went back on the highway, straight line, back to his house. And that was the last time I ever rode a motorcycle. I loved the feel of it. I thought, I mean, I could really get into it, but I had no idea how to drive it except for straight lines. And so that was the last time I ever drove a motorcycle. I wish I could I'd like to buy one, but I guess I would have to take a course or something on it, or I don't know, or wreck a few times. That way I know that, you know, what to do. I don't know. But anyway, that's my story of the last time I ever rode a motorcycle. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And until the next time we see each other, I bid you farewell and happy piping. See you, everyone. Don't forget to enlist in the Full Dottle platoon. It's easy. Just click the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as I upload the next episode.